The confirmed number of coronavirus cases in Los Angeles County comes to 232,893. The confirmed number of deaths reaches 5,558. Here in Torrance, the total number of confirmed cases is 1,250, with total confirmed deaths remaining at 62. Welcome to COVID-19 Today. I'm Leslie Robbins. It's 4 p.m. on Monday, August 24th. Los Angeles County officials say we have to learn from our lessons to have a safer future. During the latest Los Angeles County press conference, it was emphasized that community transmission rates need to decline, and it's all of our goals to have a safer reopening. Staff said we have to play our role in the recovery process. They called reopening as cautious reopening, which means learning the lessons and move forward with the safety protocols we have learned. With many of the COVID-19 spikes around the holidays, officials haven't yet announced any guidelines for the upcoming Labor Day weekend. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration issues an emergency use for a treatment that could help COVID-19 patients. FDA officials say that based on scientific evidence available, the FDA concluded that convalescent plasma may be effective in treating COVID-19. They say the known and potential benefits of the product outweigh the risks of the product. Also, that the plasma may be effective in lessening the severity or shortening the length of the COVID-19 illness. Now, officials say more than 70,000 patients have been treated with convalescent plasma, which is made using the blood of people who have recovered from coronavirus infections. The emergency use authorization allows the distribution of COVID-19 convalescent plasma in the United States and its administration by healthcare providers as appropriate to treat suspected or confirmed coronavirus hospitalized patients. Governor Gavin Newsom shared the latest state update on the wildfires blazing throughout the state as the pandemic continues. Newsom said it's been a historic wildfire season, as last year 56,000 acres were burned, and now more than 1.4 million acres with 625 fires currently are being battled. Newsom said the lake fire, which is one of the blazes the Torrance Fire Department is helping with, is at 62% containment. He also discussed the large amount of state mutual aid from across the country. Newsom said he's proud and honored by all of the volunteers and organizations that have taken care of evacuees and helped communities during this time. Newsom then switched gears to discuss COVID-19. He said they have prepared new protocols and procedures anticipating the wildfire season. He said they have health screenings and assessments before entry into shelters. The 7-day average daily tests are slightly down, and that could be due to the wildfires, as about 7 labs also are impacted by the natural disasters. There have been a 20% decrease in hospitalizations over a 14-day period. ICU admissions during the same period of time has decreased by 19%. He said there have been several counties that are being removed from the monitoring list, including Orange County as one of the latest. Now, there are 35 counties on the list currently, but he said more could fall off this week. Newsom also says later this week, new guidelines will be released to help those counties coming off the monitoring list. Counties have to be off the watch list for 2 weeks before they're allowed to consider reopening schools for in-person instruction. Well, students across the country headed back to school virtually as the Cal State University system opened today. Fall semester is underway with most classes held online due to the pandemic. They announced that about 93% of the roughly 81,000 courses the CSU offers this fall are virtual. Campus life will be different as well. Residence halls will be at less than half of its typical capacity, and most dorms will have one person living there. CSU campuses moved to virtual learning in March. Torrance firefighters continue to assist other first responders on the front lines across the state of California. Fire Chief Martin Cerna says Torrance fire crews continue to offer their resources. They have committed one fire line paramedic from Torrance and deployed members as part of the Area G team to various fires. A REMS team is still at the lake fire providing rope rescue for firefighters who are in the tough terrain that heads up to the San Bernardino National Forest. Cerna says the first strike team deployed on Friday at the complex fire are back on the fire line today. He says all the teams are doing well, and in total they have 3 fire engines in use and 3 chief officers out there. Firefighters across the state are trying to handle 560 wildfires burning. More than 119,000 people have been forced to evacuate. Well, a new study is sharing facts that if you suffer from a cardiac arrest during the pandemic, the chance for survival may be less. The Schmidt Heart Institute at Cedars-Sinai suggests the COVID-19 pandemic has had a significant impact on the survival of those who experience out-of-hospital sudden cardiac arrest. Researchers have found the survival rate has been significantly reduced even in communities that were moderately affected by the coronavirus. Well, officials say the decrease of survival rate is associated with bystanders' fear of performing CPR and risking exposure to the coronavirus. Another factor is longer emergency response times because first responders have to wear protective gear. Patients who suffer from a cardiac arrest have little or no warning, and the disorder causes death within minutes if no resuscitation is performed. Sudden cardiac arrest accounts for nearly 300,000 deaths each year. Los Angeles and Orange counties are honoring basketball legend Kobe Bryant today. In 2016, before Kobe passed away, a Los Angeles City Council resolution declared today as a day to honor Bryant, with the number 24 representing his jersey number. Well, this year in August, after his death, the Orange County Board of Supervisors voted to declare August 24th as Kobe Bryant Day since he was a resident of Newport Beach. Bryant and his daughter Gianna died in a helicopter crash 7 months ago, along with 7 other victims. Lakers plan to honor the icon tonight by wearing a special patch on their Black Mamba jerseys for today's game as they play the Portland Trail Blazers. Bryant wore the number 8 his first 10 seasons and 24 for the final 10. The Los Angeles International Airport is asking travelers to provide some feedback for the future. They have a survey underway and are hoping travelers will share their opinions. The brief survey will provide officials feedback on how they can enhance the airport experience. Few of the questions are: how many trips have you been on since January 2020, and what people think about the airport's current safety protocols that are in place. The survey results are anonymous and personal information will not be collected. You can take the survey on the LAX Airport Twitter page. The Republican Party has formally announced today that it has nominated President Donald Trump for a second term. The vote came in on the first day of the Republican National Convention. He spoke right after and released a set of core priorities for a second term under the banner of Fighting for You. That includes creating 10 million new jobs in 10 months, returning to normal in 2021 to cutting prescription drug prices. This year, there is no Republican Party platform, only full support for the Trump administration's goals. The latest number of coyote sightings in the city of Torrance continues to increase. Staff say there were 31 sightings in the city of Torrance, with a total of 33 incidents that resulted in 2 cat deaths. This is a good reminder to keep your pets and yourself safe by taking simple steps such as never feeding coyotes, keeping cats and dogs indoors, accompany your leash pet outside, and avoid feeding them outside. Remember to remove all food from the yard, such as fallen fruit, keep lids on garbage cans, and cover compost piles. Torrance City Council last week had discussions about how to manage the coyote population in the city, and that the coyote management program will now be supervised under the Community Services Department. The city does have a 24-hour coyote hotline that you can call at 310-618-3898. Well, a popular shoe brand store that has been affected by the pandemic is now offering curbside here in Torrance. Steve Madden is offering pickup Monday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m., then on Sunday from noon to 5 p.m. Since the mall is still closed, you can place your order online at stevemadden.com. When it's available, you will be able to choose a store and pick up. Once you get an email confirmation, you have 3 days to pick up your item. The pickup space number 1 at Delamo is between Nordstrom's and Macy's in front of the former Brio Coastal Bar and Kitchen and EMC. After you arrive to the designated area, call the store and staff will bring the purchase out. Well, as the fall season semester is underway at El Camino College, registration is still open for virtual classes for the community. A variety of courses are being offered online for its community education catalog. Officials say these award-winning classes and programs remain available to the public. Community education provides short-term, not-for-credit classes, workshops, job training programs, and special events designed for professional and personal development, with a special emphasis on inspiring a sense of wonder and imagination for lifelong learning. They are offering a native tile art package and even a free virtual job training event with a showcase of its top career classes. To register for courses, go to ecommunityed.com. Also, to reserve your spot for the virtual job training information session, call 310-660-6460. And this is the last week to register for a one-of-a-kind online program. The Pediatric Therapy Network's It Takes Two to Talk announced its deadline is this Friday. The program, specifically for parents of young children who have language delays, will learn what motivates their child to communicate, how to engage your child in back-and-forth conversations, and more. It's led by a Hannon-certified speech-language pathologist from the Hannon Center, a nonprofit based in Canada that provides knowledge and training to help children develop the best possible language, social, and literacy skills. PTN's telepractice model is open to parents all over California. You can learn more information at pediatrictherapynetwork.org. With the fall school year kicking off in Torrance in just a few days, we want to hear what your plans are to help your kids succeed in the age of COVID-19. We'd love to hear tips or suggestions that you might have that other families could find helpful. Torrance Unified School District is scheduled to begin the first day of distance learning this Wednesday. Now, whether you have a preschooler or a teen in high school and every grade in between, we want to hear from you. And parents working from home, managing distance learning for your kids, and making personal and professional adjustments, share with us how you plan to make it work for your family, as we are all in this together. Email us at covid19today@torranceca.gov. Well, before we go, at the end of each program, we like to share stories from our community. Feel-good pictures, images, and videos that reminds us of how resilient our community is and how Torrance cares. The Volunteer Center South Bay Harbor Long Beach thanked community organizations and members who have stepped up to give back during these hard times to keep its food pantry for kids full. Board member of the Volunteer Center, Diane Bosler, and her husband donated 221 pounds of food. Volunteers Joe and Kathy Gray and friends collected and donated more than 150 pounds of food. Sandpipers have contributed 400 pounds of food since they began making weekly drop-off appointments earlier this spring. These are just a few people who have given back, but the Volunteer Center is currently accepting food donations by appointment only, and the greatest needs are still canned vegetables and breakfast foods in regular-sized, non-breakable containers. You must make an appointment to donate. It's truly so heartwarming to see all these acts of kindness. Now, if you have a great story to share, be sure to email us. We'd love to hear from you. And that is our update for COVID-19 today. We hope you'll join us again tomorrow at 4 p.m. as Hiba Samad brings you the latest updates. Please be safe, stay healthy, and thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.